Hi, Hero Tribe. I, Sasha and Joanna, together we wanted to say thank you for taking the time and sending in the answers to the survey. We really appreciated that you gave us some insights on what is going on in your lives right now and what you are looking forward to experience this summer. Well, Sasha and I, we just got back from our adventures in Brittany, where we had a very powerful ocean camp together with Joanna and wonderful souls who joined us in for this adventure. And now we reunited with Joanna here in Germany, and we are preparing for the next adventure. And as you might know already, this is going to be the Spirit of the Hero Camp Mountain Edition in Italy. So to these answers that we got from you and also on what we're going to do now with these answers is that we looked at them and we saw there are a lot of topics that several of you are facing at the same time. So we had these topics of procrastination as well as clarity, or to gain clarity for your purpose or the path that you are on, as well as connection with yourself and with others. With these topics, we are going to take you on a journey, a deep dive into how your mind functions. So stay tuned for all the next parts that are coming, and we're diving now directly into this topic together with Sasha.
Hello everyone! As Camilla already mentioned, we will take a deep dive into our human psyche. So this is relevant for absolutely everyone. Doesn't matter what kind of answer you gave to our survey, but we identified this pattern in there. And maybe that is not something that you encounter during summer, and for you that's more a winter thing. But everyone knows procrastination, everyone knows a lack of motivation, and just this drive towards your goals. And many of you answered summertime sadness. It's one of these new words describing that it's a beautiful time of the year, and you know everyone's out there doing their stuff, and people went on vacation to beautiful places on the planet, and you feel like you're not living up to this expectation of summer. So in this there lies a lot of this maybe procrastination, lack of having the right frequency. And so whenever that happens to you, it might be in autumn, it might be in winter, it might be in spring, it might be in summer. But we are heading into summer now, and we will talk about this grand topic of procrastination, of not having the right energy for what you want to achieve, what you want to do, experience. And therefore, we first take a dive into the ultimate kind of personification of this, and that is a lazy person. And this is something that we love to blame on others, on ourselves. This is one of these little tags that we give to other people, to animals sometimes, but mostly we tag ourselves with the tag of laziness. And we have a very different approach to this. So when it's about procrastination, laziness, getting into the right frequency for the things you want to do, I will not talk about making new task lists, having a more profound way of organizing yourself. No, this might all be fine, but only when you already have energy available and some kind of alignment with what you want to do. If you're deep in the trap of laziness or procrastination, no task list will help you. And you might tick off some things from your task list, but that's not the solution. So let's take this deep dive into the word laziness. So I don't believe that laziness is a character trait. And we use it in that way in society. We attach this label to people. Well, he was always lazy. He will always stay lazy. In school, he failed. It's one of these lazy people. And yes, people can be perceived as lazy for all of their lives. But I don't believe that this is a human default condition. And you just, I don't know, incarnate into this life and for whatever reason, oh my God, I'm lazy. No, it's a state. And a state and a character trait, that's two very different things. Maybe there aren't character traits really. It's all some kind of pattern that developed in this lifetime and in previous lifetimes. But when it's a state always wants to tell us something. It's informant. It's something that really wants to push our head, our nose into something that we need to look at. So when we procrastinate, when we are lazy, what does it actually mean? It means that not all the parts of your psyche, of your physical body, of your energetic body are in the same alignment. And when you really strongly procrastinate a dream that you had for years, for example, then there is something really not in alignment. So think about your psyche as these many different archetypes. They are all there, all present, and all have a function, all have a reason to be there. They are all parts of you. And they very often don't work together. They work against each other because one of these archetypes or many of them might not be in alignment with your goal. So when your conscious mind is like, why am I not pursuing this thing that I'm supposed to do? Maybe there are many other archetypes in your subconscious mind telling you, hey, no, you're absolutely not supposed to go there now. First, we need to solve this problem. First, we need to heal this wound. You will hurt yourself again when you go there. So when you're lazy for all of your life, it might be that there are some childhood trauma, for example. And whenever you want to do something, they raise their hand and say, hey, first of all, please deal with us. Heal us, heal this inner child that is wounded there. Otherwise, you will be hurt again. You will repeat it, and we don't want that to happen to you. So you can also see it as a beautiful mechanism. It can be very frustrating in day-to-day life, we all know that. But if you change your perception and see it as this protective mechanism, as this very wise mechanism, then it's a totally different story. These archetypes, these stories, these belief sets that are not in alignment are very often under the surface. So it's not so easy to grasp them. And that's why we are very often so frustrated about ourselves, because we can't really understand why we are procrastinating, why we are so lazy, why we are not moving forward, why we are not exposing us to for example, social situations where we meet people and we feel lonely inside. But there are these archetypes telling you, hey, before you haven't solved this thing, please don't go out. You might get hurt again. So what it ultimately is your soul wants to heal first. Your soul points you in a certain direction and it is not ready. It believes that the direction that you consciously want to go is not the best direction yet. And sometimes it's just a little puzzle piece that is missing, and sometimes it's a grander transformation that is needed. That is one of the things that we do in our Spirit of the Hero camps, especially in the long camp in Italy, which is, we call it our flagship camp. That's how we started. And there we take us out of the ordinary world, out of all these triggers that we have, of these fortified belief sets that are all around us. A belief pattern, a belief set is also something that you create around you. That's how you set up your apartment, your house. That's how you set up the people around you. So it's sometimes very beneficial to take you out of that place you in a totally different environment, and then expose yourself to new things, because new things are the extraordinary world in the hero's journey, and they will always work to crack open these encrusted patterns that we have. And whenever there is an encrusted pattern breaking open just a tiny bit, what we gain is new information about ourselves. And things can get back into alignment. Imagine that maybe you spent a lot of time in the mud and you dried in the sand. And you did it over and over again. And so you have this encrusted layers of dirt, of mud around you. And everything is stiff. And it's very hard to get things moving and to get yourself into full alignment with your soul when you're in this pattern. So everything that we break open, every layer of mud that we shed, it gives a new grand opportunity to realign. And this realignment, that is to a certain degree a conscious effort, but it will also happen if you just expose yourself to situations that are helpful. In the camp, we expose ourselves to new challenges, to movement also, because the body needs to crack open. And we expose ourselves to people around us that are on the same mission, that are like-minded, that are non-judgmental, where you are in this tribe of people that don't already perceive you as the old you. And that gives us this opportunity to realign. And from that experience, you can learn a lot how you can do that also in your day-to-day life. Nature is one of these the best factors you can harness to realign, to shed these layers. Like-minded people who are really supporting you, new people around you who don't instantly see the old self in you and want to keep you there. Movement and new experiences, new challenges, another major factor in this. With this in mind, we will go into a beautiful exercise now, where you can already start to experience that. You begin to see these layers that are not aligned, these parts of your psyche that go in different directions. And we will work with that in the next session. So really try to be with us in all three steps, because we will layer them above each other, and that will create a greater effect than just doing one of the sessions. So let's go into the meditation now. So first of all, get into a nice upright position where you feel relaxed, where your shoulders can relax and hang down to the side of your body. And then close your eyes. And first of all, check in with your body. Take a few deep in and out breaths. With every out breath, release tension. And then, in your mind's eye, imagine that you take a big jump from wherever you are right now, and you find yourself on a beautiful grass in the mountains of Italy. And you take a deep breath in of the fresh air. You see the forest around you, the mountains surrounding you. And you realize there's a path leading into the forest. And you're intrigued by it. It's lush and green. And you already hear that there's a stream down there in the forest. So you walk this path. And you see in the forest there is stairways going down into a ravine. And you already hear a giant waterfall. And the further you go down, it gets louder and louder. It's a very nice, fresh breeze. And you see butterflies flying around everywhere, dragonflies. It's almost like a jungle. And then you see the beautiful, shining, fresh pool filled by the waterfall. And you're drawn to go in there. So you decide to swim. And you swim to the waterfall. You realize you can still stand there. And you step underneath the waterfall. And instantly you feel the pressure of water crushing down on you. It's massaging your shoulders, your skull. And you realize it's washing you clean. It's taking off old energy, stagnant energy. And so you think about one of these goals you have, one of the things that you really want to do this summer, but somehow you know you're not fully in alignment. Something is missing. You procrastinate. You don't have the full capacity of your motivation available. So just decide for one goal and activate it in your mind. Think about it. Think about the next steps. Think about everything that held you back in the past. And imagine that everything gets washed off by the power of the waterfall. Everything that is not in alignment. All the belief sets, all the old energies, everything in your surrounding that is not aligned, all the old blockages, all the other dreams that might interfere with this goal. Everything that is not aligned with this one goal gets washed off. And it's not completely gone. You see it swimming there in the pool. It's still available to you. But try to create this feeling of being really, really clear now, because all this baggage is gone. You're very clear, very cool, very focused now. And then, still standing under the waterfall, you look around and you analyze everything that is swimming there in the pool. Everything that is a part of you, but at the moment not aligned with this goal. and take inventory. Catalog it. Take it as data points into your memory bank. And treat it as really valuable allies, valuable information. And this we will also take into the next exercise in the next session. So for now, take a deep breath in, long breath out. And arrive back in your own room. Reconnect with your body, move your shoulders, move your toes and your fingers. And open your eyes again. Welcome back from the meditation. I really hope you had a beautiful experience. You could collect information and we will keep working with that. So this is an ongoing process that will help you to realign yourself. And please share all the experiences you had with us, especially when we do this kind of workshop series. We love to know what is happening out there with everyone who's following it. So you can right away answer this email and send us your feedback also on social media, wherever you want to reach us. And one example that just came to my mind from one of our camps is a great example what can happen when all the puzzle pieces fall into place again. We had a participant who joined us in Poland one year and he came back the next year for Italy. And he was in a really well-paid job and seemed to be really established in his normal life. But he was really intrigued by adventure. After the Italy camp, he announced and he told us that he will go on a long world trip now with his girlfriend. He quit his job, he left everything behind and went on this adventure world trip. And we were blown away because it seemed that there were a lot of obstacles to this. But when everything falls into place, things can be really quick. And we gather all the motivation, inspiration that sometimes we don't even know that we have it. So stay tuned for the next episode. There I want to share an exercise that I never shared before. It taps into my background in Chinese and Japanese movement arts and all the different angles that I explored. So we will use Qigong, we will use visualization, we will use touch points on the body. And all to get us into better alignment with us, with our dreams and plans, and laying the foundation to have real flow and energy. It's one thing to sometimes trick us into being productive, having 2 coffees in the morning, having a great system how we organize us. But what you really want is that deep intrinsic feeling of motivation and inspiration. That's when magic really happens. And there we need to work at the core. So it's not a fast scheme to directly go there. It's bringing us back into alignment, unblocking things that are not working together. So stay tuned for the next part. Because Italy is approaching, we have prepared something. We're still thinking about all the details, but it will be amazing. And we will reveal it next Wednesday in Tribe Time. So be there with us. It will be a beautiful Tribe Time anyways. And we will also reveal this special regarding the Mountain Edition camp. So if you haven't signed up for Tribe Time, do it. There will be a link here. Just go to tribe-time.com and sign up. Then you will be notified with each and every tribe time that is coming up. Give us feedback. We love to hear from you and see you very soon.